Hi, in this video I want to talk about the biggest problem about the official A2A SDK. So maybe you've already worked with the SDK to build an A2A capable agent. And in the process you've noticed you need to know and correctly assemble a whole bunch of objects. Task, task status, task state, message, role, part, text part and artifact. One field set wrong and it blows up at runtime. And especially when you just want to build an agent quickly, that's a real obstacle. You want to focus on your logic, not on the protocol details. There is also the package Fast A2A, but the issue is Fast A2A is barely maintained at the moment and doesn't even support streaming after the pull request was opened like 4 months ago. And when properly used, is heavily coupled to Pydantic AI. You can use Fast A2A without Pydantic AI, but you'll quickly notice it wasn't really designed for that. So I asked myself, how would I build this myself, framework agnostic? And this is exactly what I show you in this video. Okay, so first let's have a look what the problem is with the A2A SDK. Let's look how we build an agent with it. You need an agent executor with an execute method. So first that sounds fine, but have a look at the signature. We've got a context object and an event queue. That event queue wants a complete task object with status, history, artifacts, metadata. And that's what's pushed into the queue. That means your agent code knows the A2A data model. It knows how tasks are structured, how events work, and how the queue operates. So protocol knowledge leaks into your business logic. But that's not the only problem. The default request handler, which is the central class of the SDK, is a classic God object. 350 lines of code that do everything. Task lookup, validation, queue management, producer lifecycle, push notifications, background tasks and more. So in short, the SDK is tightly coupled. And that's exactly what I want to change. So my idea was simple. I don't want to couple my A2A agent to a framework like LangChain or Llama Index. And I also don't want the agent to have knowledge about the A2A protocol. So my idea was to create a generic worker. So what is a worker? Basically, it's a unit that does your actual work. You receive a task, for example, a user message, and return a result. The worker knows nothing about HTTP, knows nothing about streaming, knows nothing about task states. It only knows input in, output out. Everything else, the protocol, persistence, and event streaming, gets built around it, without the worker even noticing. So let's have a look at the demo. Okay, I'm now in VS Code and everything in the SRC folder is the little library that I built, and everything in the example files is a little demo how you can build your own agent very quickly. So let's have a look at example 1. To create your agent with Agentserve, you need to import a few classes, the A2A server, an agent card config, so this is the description of your agent, a worker class, that is because we inherit from that worker class, task context and task result. This is what the execute method of the worker will return. So now we inherit from worker and implement our own worker. Inside the worker class, we need to implement one simple method, that is handle. It has got a single argument, which is task context. So the task context object here is a convenience object for the user of the library. So for example, we can extract the user input that gets sent via the API, and we have directly access to that user input by accessing the user text attribute. And in this case, we will just echo the result. So inside here below, we could implement our own custom business logic, but in this case, we will just echo the input back to the client. After creating our worker, we can create an instance of the A2A server. The A2A server gets the following arguments: worker, agent card, storage broker, and blocking timeout. As you can see, storage broker and blocking timeout get default. So I will not go into detail because these are abstractions that the user of the library should not worry about. The agent card and the worker are important because the worker is the custom logic with our business logic, and agent card is the description of our A2A agent. So we have to implement it like this. We create an instance of our echo worker and then an agent card config like this. So a name of the agent is echo, a description, and also a version. And then we just run the method as fast API app. So this method will create a fast API application with all of the default endpoints that A2A expects. And that's it. We only got a few lines of code. So we can just run run ubicorn example and then double colon app and -- reload for debug mode. Of course, I have to save. Okay, now it's running. And we can go on localhost port 8000. So here are the endpoints. Okay, so here we are. That are the endpoints that are the most important endpoints for the A2A protocol. So we can use a request response model. We can use SSE for streaming. We can also access a task by its task ID, get all of the available tasks. And we also got a health endpoint. And of course, the agent card. If you have a look at the v1 message send endpoint, we can also see, to try it out, we get a model. So that is everything that we can send to our endpoint. We can make this a little bit easier. So here it is. We got this message object with a role of user, a message ID, and very important here, parts. So in this case, kind text, and what we want to send is just hello. Since we've got this echo worker, so that is the response body, and we can see the answer of our A2A server is also hello because we implemented this echo worker. Okay, so that's it for the demo. If you're interested in the other examples, just clone the repository and play around with the code. It's as always in the description. So let's come back to the core ideas. So internally, this framework is built into clear layers. To be honest, I was inspired by Fast API for that. So we've got a storage, a broker, a worker, and a task manager. So the storage handles persistence. It stores every task, it manages the state, it validates transitions. The broker handles task scheduling and event fanout. So it receives a task, it distributes them to workers, and streams events to subscribers. The worker is responsible for executing the business logic, as you just saw in the demo. And then we've got the task manager. That is the API layer for the endpoints. So we've got, for example, send message for a synchronous task and stream message for SSE streaming. The key point is each layer has exactly one responsibility and only knows its direct neighbors. So the worker does not have to know about the broker or the storage. It only sees the task context. The broker doesn't need to know about the worker. It shuffles operations and events. And the storage doesn't know about the endpoints. Okay, so this whole library is still in a proof of concept phase and I need feedback to get to the next step. There is still a lot of stuff missing, like persistent storage backends, push notifications, multi-worker scaling and more. But the core is there, a simple worker, clean layer separation and zero protocol knowledge in your agent code. So let me know in the comments what you think of my approach. What's missing, what would you make differently, and if you've already used the A2A SDK, what was your biggest pain point? Code is always in the description. If this video helped you, then drop a like and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.